Hello, my name is Arletta Vanot, and today I would like to talk about a topic we all know about, but for the most part we choose to ignore. It's something we have an abundance of here in the United States and something we take hugely for granted, and that is food. Did you know that here in the United States we throw away billions of pounds of food every year? That amounts to billions of dollars that could, if recovered, actually provide a full 2,000 calorie diet to nearly 85% of the population. Additionally, there are approximately 795 million people in the world who do not have enough food to eat every day. 60% of those are women. 3.1 million deaths can be attributed to poor nutrition in children every year. Are you willing to sit idly by and continue to ignore that hundreds of millions of people are starving while we throw away so much of our food? I hope the answer to that question is a resounding no. There are so many things you can do to help the cause, and it need not only be financially. There are a number of causes to world hunger, including war and conflict, poverty, and poor nutrition. According to the U.S. Famine Warning System, there are 45 nations that need emergency food assistance now. Being aware is not enough. Now is the time to step up. Poverty is one main cause of hunger. You can find this is true even in rich countries. Unfortunately, there is a vicious cycle between poverty and hunger. Those in poverty end up hungry because they don't make enough, which means they don't have the energy to work to feed themselves. This cycle perpetuates itself because those in poverty must resort to selling off crucial items just to try to feed themselves. They end up selling off their livestock or farming equipment, which only enables them to buy the essentials like wheat, but leaves them unable to buy fruits and vegetables. Those in extreme poverty are defined this way because they make $1.25 per day or less. Among the largest group in extreme poverty are smallholder farmers in developing countries. They do not possess the land to grow the amount of crops they need to support themselves. Poor nutrition is another factor contributing to world hunger. People that are hungry are malnourished and are not getting the nutrients they need to survive. This inevitably causes them to lose weight, and eventually their bodies will begin to waste away. Again, this is a vicious cycle that hunger initiates. When there is not enough nutrients in a person's diet, it is more likely that their health will deteriorate, now not allowing them to have the energy they need to pull themselves out of poverty. Nutrition is especially important to women and young children. Another alarming fact about malnutrition is something called hidden hunger. This is not so much to do with the amount of food a person is receiving, but the quality of the food they are consuming. If a person does not consume the proper nutrients, they may not only get sick, but it could lead to their eventual death. Those that are the most susceptible to hidden hunger are infants and young children up to the age of 2. There is a 1,000-day window where children are the most vulnerable to the harmful effects of hidden hunger. 1 out of every 4 child in developing countries have experienced stunted growth as a result. War and famine is both a cause of hunger and an effect of it. The World Bank has classified conflict as the primary driver of suffering and poverty. Armed clashes destroy fertile lands and displace its inhabitants, and imported food is out of reach due to inflation. The civil war in South Sudan has left 3.5 million people hungry, and in Yemen, their country's conflict has left nearly 65% of the population without food. It is the poorest members of the community that are hit the hardest, while their homes are destroyed. It is not always an absence of food that is the main cause of hunger. It is the man-made problem of conflict and war. These communities are in desperate need of long-term solutions. They need more than just food now. They need restabilization and conflict management tools to aid in their futures. Some of the top causes of world hunger include poverty, poor nutrition, and war and conflict, but there are others that contribute to world hunger. In rich countries like the US, we don't experience this crisis. We actually waste almost enough food to feed those that are hungry. So, what can we do that will make a difference? When it comes to poverty, it is now believed that development aid may not be the only answer. The answer may lie with trade. Trade barriers make it very difficult for developing countries to grow. These barriers need to be lifted. Now, what can you do? First of all, be mindful of the food you waste. Secondly, donation is important and it need not be large. Did you know there's an app for that? Search Share the Meal in your app store and download something you can do every day. You can feed a hungry child for just 50 cents a day. What else can you do? You can volunteer your time to the cause. Organize and head a meal packaging event. A group of 40 to 50 people could package over 10,000 meals in about 2 hours. Band together with your office and make a real difference. To help, check out riseagainsthunger.org. These are just a few things that you can do that will have a real impact on the lives of those caught in this vicious cycle of hunger. It doesn't have to take much of your time or even a lot of your money, but it does need your attention. Today is the day to step up and make a difference. Thank you for watching.